Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne. Well, I don't know about you, but it just seems to me that America has been turned upside down, inside out, and backwards. What do I mean by that? Everywhere you go, things just seem like they don't make any sense. Everything that seems like that made America great seems like now it's all wrong. It's all backwards. You know, when I went to school, okay, started school, kindergarten, 1961. Graduated high school, 1974. I remember there was usually, I went to pretty big school, so there was different classes. Like we had 2 or 3, let's see, I think we had 2 6th grade classes. Well, in one class, we had the brighter kids, and in the other class, they had the kids that weren't so bright. So, you know, the accelerated kids or smart kids, whatever, the brains, you know, we learned a little bit more than the other kids because we could. But that's been done away with. Now, back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, I guess in the 60s, you know, American schools were like at the top when you compare with the rest of the world. But as they changed things, they did away with putting all the smart kids in one school or in one class and the less smart kids in another class. I think first they called it mainstreaming, and then they called it something else. But the bottom line is that, you know, America's standing in the world schools has gone down. Okay, another thing they've done away with is competition, you know, and how are you going to learn to compete if you don't learn to compete in school? It's just ridiculous. You know, they do things like now you can burn the American flag, but if you burn the Koran, it's a hate crime. You know, upside down, inside out, backwards. There's just so many examples of this. What is going on? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, some of you watch my videos, you know, I'm a survivalist, I'm a prepper. But the mere fact that, you know, having food stored, having tools and learning how to use them, you know, that used to be the norm. Now you're looked at like, what kind of weirdo are you, storing food? I mean, once again, upside down, inside out, backwards. So what's the point? The point is that if you agree with this, do me a favor, do America a favor. Send this video to all your friends, have them watch it, have them send it to all their friends. Make it go viral. Maybe people will stop and think, you know, when they go to the voting booth, and, you know, if the guy is talking about something or the woman's talking about something that just seems upside down, I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, Green, or what, you know, independent, libertarian, just don't vote for them. You know, find somebody who's running for office that makes sense and doesn't want to turn the country upside down. Because, you know, America, you know, used to be great and still is great, but it's starting to fade. And, you know, I'm to blame, you're to blame. Because are we doing anything about it? If we're not doing anything about it, then you got to take the blame. And it's not just voting. You know, you have to walk your talk. You know, so if you're doing it and people look at you, they might wonder, well, how come, you know, you can do this and you can do that? Well, then maybe you can show them, teach them something. And we can get this country back on track. Because it's way off track. You know it and I know it. And it gets down to one thing. It's choices. Life is choices. Choose wisely.